Thanks, great. Paxlovid has emergency use authorization for patients who are at high risk for progression to severe disease. So clinically speaking, either because of this diagnosis or his age or any underlying conditions or otherwise, is the president at high risk for progression to severe disease?
So if you look at the EUA of the FDA, then it links to a CDC website that gives you what are the risk factors. And age is certainly one of them. And I have made the point that I think anyone over the age of 50 is somebody who is eligible for Paxlovid, and obviously people under 50 if they have serious chronic disease as well, but I believe anybody over the age of 50 is eligible for Paxlovid. The president is above the age of 50.
And then can you just confirm for us that there were no positive cases around the president in the last couple of days, or that he was not a close contact of anyone who was positive?
I think you've answered this, but feel free.
Yeah, I've already answered. No, I did. I answered it. I told you what our protocols are, and we have said, I told you what our protocols were, and as we have been committed since the last July, we disclose when the president or one of the four principal is a close contact of a staff who tested positive as defined by the CDC. This is defined again by the CDC, or when he tests positive, as we are doing today, and being very transparent about that.
Wait, because we didn't hear from you that's a no?
That's not what I'm saying. I am saying that when there is a close contact to the president, we actually give that information out, and we actually share that individual who's a staff member if they have tested positive. That has actually been our protocol since this past July. So a year.
So we didn't receive anything like that. So am I to assume that there was nothing that happened? There was no positive case where the president was a close contact?
Yes, you're safe to assume that, because that's what we have been committed to doing since the last July, which is about a year ago. Okay, we're going to continue. Go ahead.
The message that some people are going to take from this is that it's inevitable that everyone is going to get COVID at some point. I'm wondering if you think that's a reasonable assumption for people to make about this, and also what does this say about the state of the pandemic and how much longer this is going to be a part of our lives in this way?
Yeah, so based on the CDC data, about 70+% of Americans have been infected. And I have said, I think from this podium, that I don't believe that every American will be infected, but I think infections are obviously, given how incredibly contagious the current subvariant is, that Omicron has been in general, that we've seen a lot of Americans get infected. At this point in the state of the pandemic, I think our strategy on this has also been very, very clear. We have a two-pronged strategy. Number one is prevent serious illness, which I think is essential. And that strategy, as you've heard me articulate, is a combination of making sure people are up to date on their vaccines and getting treatments if they're eligible. And then the second part of the strategy is doing everything we can to keep infections down. And that's recommending masking in crowded indoor spaces in high transmission areas, making sure testing is widely available, working on improvements in indoor air quality and ventilation. Those are the things we're working on. And given that 70% of Americans have been infected, it's obviously a highly transmissible virus. And we are going to continue working on keeping both infections down and really working hard to make sure serious illness is limited. And I think, by the way, that is working. I mean, if you look at how many infections there have been, but where we are right now on hospitalizations and deaths, a tiny fraction of where we've been in the past. So I think our strategy is largely working, but it is a two-pronged strategy that focuses both on serious illness and infections.
Go ahead, Rebecca.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from Blaze TV, with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the two videos suggested here.